Welcome to Boosting Student Ownership and Accountability with BlazeVIEW Gradebook. I'm Britt Bugbee, an instructional designer with the Center for eLearning. In this video series, we are exploring the BlazeVIEW Grades feature and how to best use this feature and related tools to help students succeed. In video 3, we will explore grade management tools in BlazeVIEW. We will use them to practice modifying grade items and categories and applying special grading circumstances. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify the tools to manage your grades in Gradebook, modify the Gradebook from the Manage Grades page, modify the grade items from the Manage Grades page, and manipulate grades and grade items in special circumstances. The Manage Grades page has many useful tools for both creating your gradebook and revising it for those inevitable changes between or even during semesters. So let's go into BlazeVIEW and look at how we can use these tools. Let's review how to find our Manage Grades page. From our home page in our course, we'll choose Assessments and select Grades. From the Grades page, you'll see Manage Grades at the top left. On our Manage Grades page, you'll see your list of categories and grade items and our final calculated and adjusted grade. So first, let's look at editing a grade item. This grade item is Chapter 1. It's an assignment. I've given it a maximum point value of 10. Let's change that. Next to the title of the grade item, click the down arrow. Select Edit. On the page that opens, scroll down to the maximum points. We want to now give that a maximum point value of 25. Still will weigh the same because everything in that category weighs the same. So we will save and close. It will ask you to confirm and give you information about this change. I'm going to tell it yes. And you'll see the change updated in your Manage Grades list. Again, the weight is still the same. The point value is different. Next, let's look at deleting a grade item. You'll notice that all of our grade items have an associated assignment. So if we want to delete a grade item, we need to disconnect it from the assignment, discussion, or quiz. So we've decided to not have two speeches. So let's go into the assignments and let's edit topic 2. We'll scroll down to our grade item and put none. This will unlink those. Now we go back into Grades, Manage the Grades, and you'll see the association is now gone. So we want to delete the grade item, More Actions button at the top, and delete. Check off the one that you want. So you check off the one you would like to delete and click Delete. Now, in case you're wondering why we went to the assignment and unlinked it before we deleted it, or if you're worried that you may accidentally delete a grade item with an association, let me show you what would happen if that were the case. If you click More Actions and you try to delete, anything that has an associated item is not able to be selected. So you will not accidentally delete a grade item with an associated assignment, quiz, or discussion. Now let's try reordering 2 grade items because I want to show these in the order in which students will complete assignments. Their research paper outline is going to take place after their speech. So I go up to More Actions and click Reorder. Speech is number 4. We'll just change that to 3. That pops research paper into 4. And save. Now they're in the right order here. And when you're on your gradebook page and enter grades, you'll see they're in the right order here. And for the student, they'll be in the right order there. Always be sure to check that your student will see the grades the way that you intend for them to see the grades. Now let's look at modifying categories. In our list here, we have discussions category that we've ended up not using. Since there are no items underneath it, we can delete that. Let's choose More Actions and select Delete. Check the box next to Discussions and click Delete. You'll get a confirmation pop-up. Check Delete, and the category is gone. Now, if you have weighted categories, again, you want to make sure that your final calculated grade ends up being 100%. To do this, let's look at editing a category. Go next to Assignments and click a down arrow and Edit. And we want to pop this back up to 60. And I noticed something else when we were looking at those grade items is that they have different point values because this is a combination of a weighted and point value gradebook. So to reflect that those point values are a different weight for each assignment, let's click to distribute the weight by the points in the category. Save and close. Now we're back at the 100% and don't have an error. And also our max points will affect what the weight is for each assignment. Now let's say I want the students' quizzes to show up in the gradebook first before assignments. Like the grade items, you can reorder and you'll see they are tiered. So let's make assignments second, quizzes first, and your final exam third. Save. And it reorders. To see what this looks like and verify it's what you want it to be, look in your gradebook here, quizzes, then assignments, and then their final. And for your student, preview, quizzes, assignments, and then final exam. So let's pause and practice some of these skills that we've covered. Locate your Manage Grades page and complete the following tasks in your sandbox or course. Continue when you've done so. If you've had any difficulty, please review this section of the video before moving on. Now, let's continue in BlazeVIEW and explore how we manage special grading circumstances such as bonus grades, bonus points, or dropped grades. For our first special grade item, let's look at a bonus grade. So let's go into Chapter 1, and let's make this a bonus assignment. Let's edit. And then we'll go down here under grading and we're going to check the box next to bonus. This makes this assignment a bonus assignment that does not calculate into the regular grade. To get more information on this, click the little question mark icon and read the pop-up. Click OK. and click Save. The way you know that it's a bonus item is this little star next to it in your grades column and also in your gradebook. Right here says bonus. If you want to make sure what your student sees, preview that, and the student also knows that this is a bonus. Another situation where you may adjust grades is the final grade if you need to add points. The way to add bonus points or extra points is to go to your final calculated or final adjusted grade, click your down arrow, and click Enter Grades. Under the adjusted grade column, you'll add the number of points that you'd like to adjust the grade by. And in general, you would like to add feedback for documentation and for the student's benefit. And if you are not changing another student's grade, you'll just port that forward with this little arrow here. And we want to release those and save and close, confirm. And then when you go over to your final grades, you'll see the updated information in the final adjusted grade column. Next, let's look at dropped grades. So one thing you can do for dropping grades is to set it up so that ungraded items are treated as dropped. So in this way, if you have a student who isn't able to turn something in, that grade will automatically be considered dropped. You grade everything else and just leave one ungraded, and it will automatically be dropped. Another way to drop grades is if you're using like a quiz where you want to drop a lowest grade, you can go in the category, either in Manage Grades or here, click the down arrow and click Edit for the category. Scroll down. And when you're distributing the weight evenly across all the items, you may want to drop the number of the lowest non-bonus items for each user. So you want to drop one low item. This drops the user's lowest grades from their final grade. The only caveat to this method is that all of the grade items in the category have to be worth the same amount. Click OK and save. Now, whenever you've finished grading all of these, the one that's the lowest will automatically be dropped for each student. Otherwise, the way you can manually drop them is to set it so that you leave ungraded items dropped and then just don't grade that item. Now, pause for practice. Pause the video and practice working with special grade items by completing the following tasks. Continue the video when you've done so, and if you've had any difficulty, please review this section of the video before moving on. Through the topics we've explored in this series, you should now be able to develop a pedagogically sound grade plan and communicate that plan clearly with your students. You should also be able to create, build, and modify your gradebook using the tools available in BlazeVIEW. In future videos, we'll explore more advanced features you can use to set your students and yourself up for success. If you have any specific topics you would like to see covered, please let us know. Contact the Center for eLearning if we can help you with anything we've covered in this video or for any other assistance as you develop your courses. Thank you for joining us.